count mine. You know. Ask me what I'm doing, just grinding. Haters wanna hate, let them hate, never mind them. Be more bins, tryna reach the next plateau. And I can't stop till I see my toes. Keep a couple feet inside the photos. So official with the vibe, you can kick up my zone. Hold on for a minute, let me count mine. You know.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Damien Cryer, and I am back with another freaking video. If you guys have not subscribed to the Cryer family, all you gotta do is boing, ring. Turn that bell on to subscribe to the channel. But being subscribed to the channel only means you are subscribed. Also, guys, for the new people who don't know, who recently started following me over here on the Cryer family, I do have a Facebook page. We just hit 1.1 M's. We on our way to 1.2 million. So my goal is to be at 3 million by the end of this year. So for you who are new to the channel, go on over and follow me on Facebook. It is the same as this channel right here, the Cryer family. If I remember, because I've been forgetting, I will put it in this video to show you how to get to that page. Also, I will be dropping the links to all of my YouTube channels in the description box down below. So guys, listen, I did a couple videos, cooking videos. You guys know I made a Sunday dinner, and I'm supposed to be doing this mukbang with my little 2-year-old son, but Dion just went down for his afternoon nap. Well, evening nap now. I'll say evening nap. So I'm gonna be doing this mukbang by myself, and also I just want to do like the intro part of it before I set up my little food and stuff. That way I can just get straight to it. We're gonna be talking about how I feel as being a single man and being a single parent, guys. But before we get into all that, I want to show you the food before I make my plate. So it was a last minute thing, guys. I had made myself some cornbread. All right with that. I made myself some cornbread. I went ahead and cut it up in little sections and stuff like that. So we got the cornbread. We got the cabbage sitting in that pot right there. We got the corn on the cob sitting in that pot right there. And you guys might have seen in an earlier video, I have that corned beef brisket sitting right there in this pan right here. So what I'm gonna do right now is go ahead and set my camera stuff up, guys. Do my grace, and we're gonna get right into this video. Also, I want to say, man, thank you for everyone who's been showing me so much love. I asked you guys to go over and follow me on Instagram at Damien Cryer Senior, all lowercasings, and several of you did go over there and follow me, guys. Thank you. I do appreciate it. And just so you guys do know, I am one of those content creators. I do follow back, but I don't do that Instagram phone call and stuff. I don't get too personal with nobody on social media no more. I just want to keep everything professional, so I would ask you guys to please respect the fact that I don't answer phone calls, because if I did, I would never get anything done, and that's a good way for people to exploit your business all over the internet. So I do apologize in advance. I just don't do that phone call stuff, guys. I might message you back if you say good video or you respond to an instant story or something, but as far as all that getting personal and stuff, you know, you need a good woman in your life, and are you single and all that stuff, I'd rather just stay away from all that, keep my business to myself. But I will be doing a little personal stuff in this video right here, as far as like how is it to be a single man and helping to raise my boys and stuff at such a young age. With them being at a young age, we know I'm not that young. I mean, I'm not that old either. But anyway, I'm gonna set this up, guys, and I'm gonna see you guys in a few minutes. Thank you, Lord, for this food I'm about to receive. Lord, thank you for my blessings, Lord. Thank you for my strength. Thank you for my children, all my loved ones, my family, my friends, Lord. I pray for everybody, Lord, that you continue to watch over them, strengthen them in every area of their life, Lord. We know that when we pray that you don't answer our prayers right then and there when we want you to, but it's been proven, Lord, that you are always on time. I just want to say thank you in the name of Jesus. Amen. So guys, this is my plate right here. That's what I call a homemade Sunday dinner. And I did it myself, guys. I did this myself. So that's it right there. You guys already know I'm going straight for the corn first. My soda pop. I'm gonna turn this brightness down a little bit, guys. By the way, I had a problem a couple days ago when I did a video. My camera, like, it was like going dark, light, light, dark. I found out what the issue was. It was time for a new SD card. So I ended up going out, buying another SD card. And when I bought another SD card, I realized I had 4 more SD cards in the pouch of my computer bag that I forgot was there. But anyway, I'll taste the corned beef for you guys. I said corned beef. Yeah, corned beef brisket. Looks yummy. Greens, cornbread. I got plenty of hot sauce, but there's no need for it. It's been a while since I actually had a meal like this. It's actually been a minute since I had a meal like this. I got Dion's food ready for him for when he wakes up. Last night, he ended up taking his nap really early. I'm sorry. He ended up taking his nap really, really late last night, which was really bad on me because he ended up staying up till like 1 something this morning. And so today, even though it's evening time, he normally takes his nap around 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I got him napped up about 4:30, 5 o'clock, which means he'll wake up about 6:30, and he'll still go to sleep tonight at a decent time. So I will not make that mistake again. Imagine a 2-year-old up at 2 in the freaking morning. Not good. So some of my previous videos, people are always wanting to know like certain things, and there's certain things I don't talk about because I feel like some of the questions is kind of, kind of messy and can lead to other things transpiring on the internet. And I, for one, am staying away from all of it. But I will answer this question. Someone asked me as far as like, how does it feel being a single dad? Now, I will say this right here. As a single dad, we don't have it as hard as the actual custodial parent. Meaning that the custodial parent has the child more than a non-custodial parent would. And I give huge shout outs and huge credits to all of my children's mom. They are all great women. They do really good by my children. But I can say this, as a man who's grown up without his own dad in his life, it was really, really trying for me. It was, it wasn't easy. As the years went on, I would have like a certain level of jealousy when I see children, mainly boys, with their dad at the park or fishing, having like that father and son relationship. And I actually experienced it this morning. And what I mean by that, I was in a bed this morning, and outside my window, I can hear a father, and it sounded like 2 of his sons out there like having a good time. He was talking to them and stuff. And that's what kind of woke me up, and I was like, man, So that's why I say, man, hats off to all the single women out there who's doing it by themselves, because you got some women out there who don't have any help from a non-custodial parent. When I say no help, I mean no help. You have a lot of women out there that's doing it by themselves. And I know when I was locked up years ago, I left my children moms to tend to my children by themselves. Then when I got out, the only thing I was thinking about was me getting back on my feet. You know, when I should have been thinking about them getting out and trying to be back and, you know, be a part of their life, which I did, but I should have, you know, that should have been my main focus. You know, my mind was focused on when I get out, I want to get me some clothes, get me a car, get back on my feet. I need to stunt, you know, and I realized that I was thinking about doing stuff that wasn't even important. Now that I am a single dad, when I say single dad, I don't mean that I have my children all the time, because I don't. But I am a part of my children's lives, all of my children. Whether I'm seeing them in the flesh, and if I don't see them in the flesh, I most definitely take care of them financially. Nobody can ever come on this platform, anybody got a child by, can never come on this platform and say I don't take care of my children financially. Whether I see them every day, or I see them once a week, or once I see them once every couple months. The ones that I don't see every day, I make sure that I buy cell phones, I make sure that the bills is paid, and I make sure every month that they're straight. So I realize how hard it is for a single mother. You know, I was one of those same guys, and a lot of y'all kind of don't understand what I'm saying, what I'm about to say. I was one of those type of guys that when I pick one of my children up, one of the first questions I asked the mom, when you expecting them to be back home? Like basically, you know, I didn't realize what I was doing by asking that question. Like, when can I drop him off? And it was basically sending the wrong message. Like, damn, you just put him in his car seat and you're already asking me when you can bring him back home. And I didn't realize the message that I was sending by doing that. So now when I do get around my children, especially like my youngest, and I get him, I don't ask the mom, hey, when you expect him back? I just get him. And I don't ask questions as far as like, when is she coming back home? Call me next week, let me know. I make sure that when I get my children, that I got my children. I make sure that I'm gonna spend time with them. There is no need for them to, no need for me to be trying to put a timer and rush them back home, send them back home, because I realize that them women need breaks too. They need breaks too. A lot of, like, we have children by these women, and we don't realize the stuff that they go through as far as the challenges, the mental breakdowns, constantly cleaning the house up every 5 minutes, laundry, kids crying, they hungry, milk has to be made, diapers have to be changed. You know, there might be something wrong, like something could be hurting them or something, you know, and they could have a headache and we don't know it. We just know that they're crying and screaming and we don't understand why they acting like that. So we don't understand a lot of stuff that women go through when they have our children. And I'm saying this because I was one of the same men. I didn't realize, I thought sending money every month or once a week, I thought I was doing my job. I thought I was participating. I thought, hey, I can't be a deadbeat dad because I send you money every month. That's how I was thinking. I cannot be considered a deadbeat dad if I send you money every month. I got receipts. I got cash apps. I got paperwork. I got screenshots. But I realized you can send all the money that you want. That doesn't make you a dad. that doesn't make you a dad at all. Being a dad means that you need to be a part of that child's life. You need to be there financially, mentally, physically, you know. And I was the type of dude that when me and one of my exes broke up and I had kids by her, I guess in a way I used to call myself punishing them by not calling. And all I was doing was just hurt my own child. And it's one thing to think about what your child gonna think of you 10 years down the line when they're 17 and 18 years old. But then we just dismiss it. But it's a hell of a reality when 7 to 8, 10 years down the line, they remind you of what happened 10 years earlier. And you don't think the kids gonna remember stuff like that. Like the mom's crying, going through the stuff they going through. A lot of times as the non-custodial parents, we let our feelings get in our way as far as what happened during the breakup. And then we come together for the kids. The co-parent, we find ourselves doing petty stuff. Like talking about why we broke up, what you did to me, how you did me dirty. And the whole time, the kid is sitting there in the car seat while we talking like two clowns about, basically, we started off right back where we left off at. And it takes a real person to realize that sometimes you gotta set all that to the side, man. You know, and when I look in all of my children's eyes, man, you know what I see? I see myself. I see myself. You guys see me dropping, you know, the last couple of days, me and Dion, my son Dion, we've been doing like a lot of little shorts and stuff, YouTube shorts and videos and stuff, acting silly. And excuse me. Every day I look into my son's eyes. I see my mom, I see my brother, my sister. I see myself in all of my kids, man. And it's crazy. Because when I look at my kids and I see myself, I ask myself, what the hell could my own dad could have been thinking about by neglecting me for 53 years? Like, looking into a child's eye, it will make you wonder, like, what did I do to make you walk away from me? Like, children are so beautiful, man, so innocent. And so, when I do get a chance to get my son, whether I get Dion or whether I got Darian with me, I spend as much time as I can with them. I watch Dion run around the house every day, all day. You know, he's only been with me for a couple of days, so I ain't making it seem like he's been with me forever. But I watch him run around the house doing his thing. He runs to me, puts his arms out just for me to pick him up. And all he want to do is just be held. And then I ask myself, wow, you know, when I see that, it lets me know the type of mom that he has. You know, I say, wow, my son has a really good mom, a good, strong mom, because she divides her time up with all of her children equally. For my son to act the way that he acts, it lets me know that he gets a lot of attention at home. You know, he's doing a lot of things, he's saying a lot of things that he was taught at home. And that's in the midst of everything else that's going on at home, as far as, you know, cooking and stuff like that, cleaning, doing laundry. And it lets me know that, wow, he's learning, he's getting educated. And it lets me know that it's time for me to step up and do my part. And so it's like I said, you know, I appreciate all my kids' moms, man. And it's like, I look in his eyes every day, man. You know, when Dion is with me, he's with me. There's nobody else around. There's no one at my house. There's nothing else I have to do. There's nowhere else I have to go. I mean, it's like, I pretty much do what I want to do. I do. And then it does make me have a level of guilt when I sit back and think to myself, wow, I'm boasting about I'm able to do what I want to do. But then I think about, what about the women who's raising my minor children on their own? They don't get to do what they want to do, but I get to do what I want to do. And so it took me a long time to grasp the concept that, bro, you need to step up to the plate, man. Sending money, buying cell phones and stuff, it don't make you a dad. It makes you a participant. You know, kids love gifts. But I realized that kids would love nothing more better than just to have your time, man. You know, they just want to have your time. You know, I'm gonna tell you guys a little something. Like, I'm around my son Damon or Akeem or Darian, and they all tell me the same thing. We don't talk about cars, money, videos. They just want your time. And these are coming from my children that's much older than Dion. They just really just want your time. That's it. So, I had to convince myself a long time ago, that it was time for me to do things a little bit different. It was time for me to boss up, man, and become a better person for me so I can become a better dad to my children. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because it's going to bring me to my next topic. I did a video last week where I was giving myself a lie detector test. And I let my Instagram followers ask me the questions. And one of the questions that I avoided answering was, are you single? And I kind of figured that was kind of like an odd question, because I decided to keep people out of my personal life. In the moment that I say that I'm with someone and I want to keep her private, people are going to run to my Instagram trying to figure out who she is, which they would never know who she was, because first of all, we wouldn't be following each other on social media. That's the first place people are going to look to find who she is and where she at. And then they'll exploit her all over the internet. And then they'll find flaws that's in her, or they'll be willing to reach out to her to tell her flaws is about me. And then you got people that's too personal in my life that will be trying to reach out to her. And it's like, I'm not going. So it was a question that I avoided. And I avoided it for a purpose. For this particular video right here, I've actually been officially single since February, since right before Valentine's Day. I've been officially single. I stayed to myself. I'm gonna tell you guys why. Because I've learned that when it comes to me having children, as old as I am, and I'm not calling myself old, so guys, don't be offended, say I'm calling myself old, because I'm not. But when I look at things and see the age that I have in my 50s, almost in 2 more years, I'll be in my middle 50s. And I got young children that's in my life, and that comes over to my house and stays for either a day or two, or maybe even sometimes a week or two. It's like, if I had a girlfriend or somebody that was pulling all my time away from me, that means I'm pulling time away from my child that I'm trying to spend time with. That was one thing I didn't care about in the past. My girl gonna be at the house with me, I'm finna get my son. I noticed that there's always a problem with that. And I don't wanna have women around my children. And most importantly, like when you get into a relationship your significant other is going to want your time, which is by right. Your significant other is going to want your time. And I had to come up with the right decision and not commit myself or obligate not commit or obligate myself to no one. Because when I commit or obligate myself to someone, that's when it becomes a problem. Either I'm spending too much time with my children and not with this person. I'm spending too much time with this person and not with my children. So I decided to make it very, very simple. If I get lonely and I feel like I need companionship, I know what I need to do to handle that. But when I think about the joy of spending time with my kids, man, one-on-one, without any distractions, I wouldn't trade that for nothing in the world, man. You know, this gives me a chance, an opportunity right here, right now, to do things that I want to do, things that I need to be doing, you know. And when I say things I need to be doing, I'm gonna show you guys an example. Excuse me for a second. When I was younger, my sister, I've only got one sister. Her name is April. And hope that none of the weird ones who like to do weird stuff start Googling my family and stuff, because that is so weird to me. It's kind of disgusting. But my sister, April, she used to read to us when I was growing up. Like, my mom would have her to read to us like something every night. And I grew up like that until I became, you know, like 5 or 6 years old. But I remember my sister, she used to read to us. And like, it's because that she made that time for us. My mom made her make the time for us because she was the only sister. My mom's only daughter. So she wasn't finna have her daughter, her only daughter, out the street running around, being fast, or what older people call, being fast in the tail. So my mom kept her busy. Go upstairs and read to your brothers before they go to bed. And my mom made my sister find time for us to do that. And then my sister enjoyed it so much that she started doing it on her own without my mom having to say anything. I remember when my mom was in the hospital one time, and my sister, she still read to us every night. And so one of the things that I want to do, that I want to have time for, I bought these books a while back that I want to read to Neon. Start sitting down, reading books to him, talking to him about stuff, teaching him stuff, because I know his mom, she be going really hard trying to teach him stuff, helping him out and stuff like that. Darian's mom doing an awesome job with him, man. You know, the sports that he's into, lifting weights. You know, I'm always informed as far as like his progress and what he's up to and stuff. And on top of that, he has a phone. So we have 24-hour access to each other. But reading is a really good thing, because the same way that I just told you guys how I was 4 or 5 years old and I remember my sister reading to us, Dion would remember stuff like this, whether I'm still here or not when he gets older. And so this is one of the things that I want to try to start doing, man. And so people ask that, was I seeing anybody? Again, if I was, I straight up probably wouldn't just come out and tell anyone, because honestly, it's no one's business but mine. Like I said, if I wasn't on this internet and doing what I do for a living, I wouldn't mind. But I have found it, the last couple of relationships that I had on this platform, that's never going to happen again. You guys are most likely never going to see anyone in my videos on the Cryer family unless it's any of my children. Not going to happen. And if it does happen, that means something extremely drastically for the better has changed, and I decided to bring someone to my channel. But I just feel like staying in a position that I'm in right now, as far as living a solo life, I feel like that there's some really, really good positive points to me staying solo and staying single. and not really spending time with anyone. I feel like that there's a lot of plus to that. Staying to myself, nobody in my business, nobody to try to call me out. I'm not arguing and fighting. There's no, stuff on the internet going on currently about my personal life or my family. I feel like the most important part for me staying solo is that I'm able to give all that attention to my minor children when they in my presence. Are they always in my presence? No, they not. No, they not. But when they are in my presence, I don't want to be one of those people who have to explain myself to anybody. Hey, sweetheart, my son coming over, and I don't want to explain myself to no one. I'm too old to explain myself to anyone at all. And so that's the position that I'm in, and that's the stance that I'm taking right now. It's let's see. That's just where I'm at right now. I said I've been single since February. That's actually wrong. I've been single for almost a year, to be honest with you guys, but I had off and on. But I've been single for almost the better part of a year. It's just like since February, I have gotten adjusted to everything. I've gotten adjusted to being by myself. I've gotten adjusted to staying under the radar, and honestly, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. 10 years earlier, man, I would be the first saying, man, I need me a boo. I need to get me a girl. But I realized, man, you don't need nobody but yourself, man. I put a community post up a couple weeks ago. If you guys remember, it may still be up. I might have took it down. But I also used the post where people think that I'll be deleting stuff off my community tab. But I really don't. Something I used to. When I put post up, you have an option to keep it up for 24 hours or keep it up permanently. I always, on a lot of stuff, I post it for 24 hours and it disappears. But I put on my community post about a week or two ago. I said I seen something today that I could not believe. I'm gonna tell you guys what I seen. I was out by my pool area. Okay. And this is why I got trust issues. I can't trust no one. Another bite, guys, and I'm done. I'm out by my pool area, regular day. When I go out to the pool area, sometimes I see like the same beautiful couples out there. And it'd be a lot of people, I'm not gonna lie, man. It's like Baywatch. Like my pool area, man, is like freaking Baywatch. It's straight like that, bro. So I see a couple one day. And I got my laptop with me. I'm sitting out by the pool. I'm editing the video. And I see this couple that I see out there occasionally, pretty much regularly. They out there, they get to arguing. The dude says something to the girl. Now I know that they're a married couple because they had rings on. I guess that don't make them married because they had rings. Maybe they are engaged, but I'm just gonna say they are a married couple. And very nice looking couple at that. They arguing about something, so I took my earbud out just to ear hustle. And I hear the lady tell the dude, she was like, well, if you leave, I'm just gonna call my other dude over here. And I'm thinking to myself, like, maybe this is a skit they doing or something. No, it was serious. The dude got up and left, guys. He grabbed the towel, put it around him, and he grabbed his little Bluetooth speaker, whatever, and he stormed off. I swear it was like 30 minutes later, a white dude pulled up. He came out to the pool area where she was at. They sitting there kissing and everything, man, in front of everybody. I said, seeing that right there, somebody could have lost their life, man, because that's pretty serious, man. My trust issues, they come and go, but I decided to just put an end to my trust issues and just not deal with anybody, man. It's so real out here, man. It is so real out here. When I say it seems like everybody is for everybody now, man, it's too deep, man. I be at the store, I be seeing people arguing and stuff over dumb stuff, and I'm thinking like, whoa, that was me at one point in time, man. That was me arguing day and night, night and day. You know, whether you guys believe it or not, despite what you might have heard about me, I'm a really good, solid ass dude, man. I got people in my circle, man, who love being around me, literally call me 4 or 5 times a week, check on me literally almost every day. You know, I'm a real cool, solid dude, man. You know, and when I see some of the stuff that I see, man, it just makes me not even want to get involved with anyone. So, again, I'm not going to make this video much longer, but I will say this again. So, number one, I choose to stay solo because I don't want to bring women around my son. And to him, they're strangers. And I don't want to bring a strange woman around my son. I think anybody who's single and you got small children that's in your presence from time to time, you should really consider who you start dating and bringing around your loved ones, because everybody should not be around your children. Just because you having sex with somebody don't mean they need to be around your children. Just because you go out to eat with somebody every once in a while don't mean they need to be around your children. Just because he's fine as hell and she's fine as hell and got a nice body don't mean they need to be around your children. Get to know someone before you bring them around your children, because you can mess around and get in a relationship with somebody that you hardly even know, and you're gonna find out the real later on. You know, the honeymoon stage, sometimes the honeymoon stage ends before it even starts in most relationships. But then it's too late, because now you done got kids involved. You done brought kids adapted to this man, or got this man adapted to your kids, or vice versa. You got a female that's adapted to your kids now, and now the excuse is, oh, I just miss your children so much. And they, you know how that stuff go, man. So, and then again, I got some good, my kids have some good moms, man. So something I never really did before. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my children's mom. I don't want to be dropping their names, because I don't want to be the video to be like a disrespect to their significant others or anything like that. But I want to give a huge shout out to all of my kids' moms. I think you guys are all great. I appreciate all that y'all do for my children. You know, this is a new turning point for me since I got baptized months ago. You know, and even after I got baptized, I did do stupid stuff, still make stupid mistakes. I'm going to continue to make stupid mistakes. The flesh is weak, and we are only human. So, you know, I'm not going to say that I won't make mistakes later on. But since I got baptized, man, I've really been trying to just move differently and just keep, like, people away from my personal life, man. Even the ones that I be wanting to get close to sometime, I just can't allow myself to anymore. You know, but it does feel really good to just finally be me, man. It feels good to finally not to have to put a front on. You know, it feels really good not to have to put a front on and put on an act. You know, I know that I'm genuinely happy now. I'm very, very content with the decisions that I made in my life. I feel thankful every day for the blessings that I have in my life, all the wonderful people that's come into my life, and the wonderful people who's exited my life. You know, you only live once. So make sure that when you make your decisions, that you're going to be able to live with those decisions. I made a New Year's resolution, guys. If you go back before January 1st hit, I made a New Year's resolution at the end of December. I never said what my New Year's resolution was, guys, but I finally stuck with it. I made a New Year's resolution, and I finally stuck with it. I don't know how many people can say that they still sticking with their New Year's resolution, but I won't be making a New Year's resolution New Year's of 2024, because there won't be a need to. I already did it, and I'm satisfied with the results, man. But anyway, once again, huge shout out to all of my children's mom. I do appreciate all of y'all for the wonderful things that y'all do for my children. When I was locked up in prison, I wasn't there, and all the other crazy stuff. That's pretty much it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the mukbang, man. Comment down below if you guys want me to start putting in the description box the ingredients, the oven temperature, the seasonings I used, how long I left in the oven, and stuff like that in description boxes. It'd be a little bit more work on me, but I don't mind doing it for you guys. It's well worth it. But anyway, man, I just appreciate you all so much, man. You know, I really honestly do. But I'm about to get ready to sign out. Until next time, it's your boy Damian Cryer. Gang.